Hi, welcome to Adjusting Your Heart. I'm Dr. AJ Chua, and today's topic is Be Happy, Live Without Envy. Did you know that there's a phenomenon called social media envy? One feels worse after browsing through the seemingly perfect and happy lives of others in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or other social media platforms. Envy can cause us to feel like a loser, lose motivation, become fatalistic, and become depressed. So, let's all learn to overcome envy, to improve our mental health and relationships. My first point is stop complaining and stop comparing with others. Envy is an emotion which occurs when a person lacks another's superior quality, achievement, or possession, and either desires it or wishes that the other lacked it. So as a child, maybe we've gotten envious of other people who have more toys, more siblings, they're the parents' favorite, or they traveled a lot more. Then, as students, we might be envious of those who get higher grades, who graduated with honors, who are more popular, more intelligent, or they can go to better schools. As a young professional, we can get envious of those who have a higher paying job, who have a nicer boss, maybe has his own company, or that person has already a boyfriend and girlfriend. And for those who are married, you might get envious of those who have a more attractive spouse. They have more children. Their children have more achievements. They have bigger houses. And as a senior, you might be envious of other people because they have grandchildren already, or their spouse still alive. They have longer lives. My friends, when we envy, it causes us to harbor negative thoughts about ourselves and about other people. We feel bad about ourselves, and sometimes we think that, oh, how I wish I was born in a different family. Or maybe we would blame others. Oh, that person is successful because that person cheated. Or maybe you would blame your colleagues. Oh, my colleagues are not cooperative. That's why our project didn't get a prize. Or God is not fair. Worse, some people go into debt because they buy things that they don't really need, and it's outside their budget. They just want to keep up with the Jonases. My friends, we don't need to do that. And Dr. Liuson wrote a very nice book about that, The Debt-Free Lifestyle. Actually, I've read it and I've already lent it to somebody else, so I can't show you the book itself. It includes a lot of practical tips on how not to get into debt. My friends, the good news is, if you want to get a free copy, this is the mechanics. You have to promise that you're gonna read it within 5 months. But I'm gonna tell you, you don't need 5 months. It's easy reading, so probably you can finish as fast as 1 week. Okay, but if let's say you're not a reader, maybe you said, oh, I think I can do it in 5 months, then you can contact Miss Mel. I'm gonna put her number below. And you said, oh, can I get some extra copies for my friends? You can, as long as they will also promise to read that book within 5 months. Of course, you have to pay for the courier. Okay, I'll put the mechanics also in the link below. Let's say when you browse through the pictures in IG, in FB, it causes you to be envious. Maybe I'll suggest that you take a fast from social media for a while. And if you really want to compare with yourself. Always remember that the only person that you can change is yourself. So, focus on your improvement and be a better version of yourself every day. My second point is be grateful and be generous with what you have. If you can be genuinely happy for others when they succeed or when good things happen to them, then people would want to share good news with you. That would lead to deeper relationships. And of course, emotionally, then you'll also be happy because you're content and you trust in God's perfect plan and timing. People have asked me, haven't you been envious before? I'm gonna tell you, of course I have, but I'm gonna share with you how I overcome that. Like there was one time I went to my friend's house. Wow, it's a very big house, a very beautiful one. And the first thought that came in, oh, how I wish I could have a big house like this. I've never owned a house. And then I have, to control my thoughts. Because if not, it's going to go to the negative side. So immediately, I prayed. I thank God for blessing my friend with a very beautiful house. And at the same time, I thank God for providing me with a shelter. Even though we're only renting a condo, but I thank God that I have a place to live. So that's how I overcome negative or envious thoughts. And there was another time, I was together with my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, if you look at this picture, is very beautiful. And I noticed that people notice her more than me. And I felt a little envious. So what did I do? I don't want to cause a rift between me and my sister-in-law. So what I did was, I thank God for creating her very beautifully. But I also thank God that I'm unique in my own way. And sometimes browsing through Facebook, I would see people, oh, they've traveled to Iceland. Oh, that's one of my dream places. Or they can travel anytime they want, but I can't. I have to save money for a year or two so that I can be able to go to a faraway place. But then I would have to reprogram my mind. Like, oh, it's okay. If I really want to go to Iceland, then I can start saving now. And then eventually I will be able to go there together with Hans and other friends. And then we could also look for promo fare. So, you see, the moment an envious thought entered, please disregard it immediately and replace it with positive ones. Not only towards yourself, but also towards that other person. 1 Timothy chapter 6, 6-8 is also very practical. And also in verse 18 it says, godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. Be rich in good deeds, and be generous and willing to share. You can also check out my previous video on Change Your Perspective. In that video, I also shared how to be content. And if you want to compare also with the less fortunate ones, and then reach out to help them. Like in Makati Gospel Church where I work, we also joined with other barangay to have a community pantry so that we could help those who are in need. So in case you want to join us and you live somewhere here in Makati, and even if you're not from here but you want to help, we'll put the link below. You can contact Sister Mimi Chun if you want to donate in cash, or Engineer Eugene Teodoro if you want to donate in kind. Of course, when I challenge you guys to do this, I've already donated together with Hans. Another friend also inspired me. I saw her post in Facebook, Pastor Ting. She said she started during the pandemic to have a feeding program. She started already twice, and then somebody saw her post and said, oh, can I join you? I'd like also to donate something. And to make the long story short, they started a community pantry. And they've already went to 20 different barangays. They've also reached out to frontliners. If you can check out this photo, like they went to Antipolo. And next week, they would want to go and help the people who live in Tagaytay, because we already know what's happening in Taal Volcano. Of course, let's pray it won't erupt. But the people already have been evacuated and they would also need something. So in case you said, oh, I want to donate in kind or cash, you can contact her. I'll put her number below. You can also check that out. Actually, many of the people who helped Pastor Ting were also from UECP, United Evangelical Church of the Philippines. And of course, there are also other generous donors from other places. And should also like to thank Sister Carol Bainosa of the Urban Neighborhood Ministry, who also helped giving out the goods, and they also coordinated with the barangay personnel. So, thank you. So my challenge for all of you is to give to someone in need this week. And of course, I hope not only this week, but it will become a habit wherein you would want to constantly help people. Or if you want, you can start a community pantry in your own barangay. So feel free to message me so I can use your story to inspire others in the future. I'd like to thank these people for encouraging us: Aaron Ong, Alan Santos, Reverend Anthony Techico, Danica Solis, Flor Alvarez, Dr. Jean Uwayan, Jereen Baure, Reverend Joselito Chua, Pastor Julie Kuong Yap, Lourdes Ong, Pastor Nanita Lee, Psalm Ebenezer Ong, Roslyn Jane Villa, Shensin D. Ampi, Pastor Susan D., Tricia De Torres, and Reverend Wilson Gokyo. So if you're blessed by this video, please like, subscribe, and share it to others. And do click the notification bell below so that you'll be informed once we upload another video next Friday. Take care!